Indian Times this morning says destruction in central region, 700 houses submerged in downpour, prisons officer drowns. 3 experts address City Business Festival June 27. Injured teacher seeks justice in Islamic SHS shooting. The Daily Graphic is next. It says on the front page, Ankafo prison flooded. Commercial banks not supporting agric drive. Dr. Akutu also is a minister for agric. Well, relief for small marginal farmers. $24.98 million. Agric assembling plant in the Often India Exim Bank finances state project. The Daily Statesman is next. It says government settles end gas 553.5 million Ghana cedis legacy debt. Also, Kingsley Ajaman, let's empower the youth. And who clinches the ultimate diadem? John Boydu, Frederick Asante, Opare Asante, Charles Bisu, JFK, Musa Superior, and Ramsey Ajaman Prempe. Well, interesting. I didn't know they were this many. I thought they were this many. I thought they were just about 4, but now I'm seeing 6 more. Congrats to all of them. 6 battle for General Secretary position of the MPP. Vice President urges universities to be innovative. Akwesi Osei, AJ, NPP building Ghana on strategic pillars. The custodian newspaper, Zoomlion lauded for affordable fertilizer supply. Ghana has best fuel in West Africa, according to the NPA. And Asabi's photo is, of course, Akufo-Addo completes 207 million, 17 million, I beg your pardon, dollars UJMC phase 2. The Supreme newspaper is next. Quality fuel. Ghana tops West Africa, according to the NPA. But court dismisses defendant's motion to vary injunction in Akwe versus Nate case. Collins gathers more support for NPP treasurer position, and Ketu South NPP boils over delayed constituency executive elections. Okay. The Ghanaian Observer, education sits at the core of government's agenda, according to Vice President Dr. Baumia. Boss, where are the textbooks more than 3 years on? We can't have education without textbooks. Akufo-Addo commissions phase 2 of the University of Ghana Medical Center. Sanitation Minister applauds Zoomlion over reclamation of OT landfill. And Agric Minister commends Zoomlion supply of local fertilizer. The Republic Press. 18.1% of the current COVID-19 cases are among children between the ages of 0 and 15 years, according to the Ghana Health Service. Nyaho Tamaklo to join a Rise Ghana protest against economic hardship. Oh, okay. Sack Urban Roads Director over Islamic SHS incident, Kennedy Japan. Well, we're blaming. Yeah, leave gays alone. MPP chair declares. That's Freddie Blame. And I support government, not opposition party. Presby moderator. Police pick Togolese nationals for unlawful assembly. The GRA is chasing landlords for rent tax. BNFT. Well, Bank of Ghana optimistic about ease of inflation. Foreign owned insurers take over market. Offshore investors further reduce stake in local equities market. The Daily Analyst, no food shortage in Ghana. Greek Minister allays fears. Okay. Ankafo prison officer drowns after heavy rains in Cape Coast. Tobinko, Jumfor exonerated over bribery allegations. Jumfor wants to be president of the GJ. The allegations that, well, people are being induced with money. Passenger dies at Kotoka. Gay debate unnecessary. Freddie Blay and Alfred Obeng has been praised. What's there, finally, on the Daily Guide? It says government secures $24.9 million for a great plant. Ashanti NPP appoints 7 others. D-Day for NPP chair aspirants as they go for their vetting today. And also, ENI Vitol appeal dismissed. Jail sentence for public servants. Okay, that's Freddie Blade there. My guest this morning, Kamal Dean Abdullahi. He is a Deputy National Communications Director of the NPP. He's also one of the spokespersons, or if you like, the chief spokesperson for the Stephen in Team campaign to become chairman of the NPP. But first, take a look at this. We'll return.
It will take effect 27th of June. The reason is very simple. We all know that we are doing business. We buy fuel and give service to people so that we can get voters. And once the fuel prices was going up, we have no choice that to increase the first. Tinubu has to do our business as we are doing before. The fault is not from us that we are keep on increasing fuel prices. Very recently, about a month or two ago, we increased it about 20%. And after that, MP has also increased the fuel prices to 23%, which we have no choice. There is nothing we can do. And we have to give them service. So our choice is to increase the transport fare so that it will enable us to do our job. So we are sorry for them and we are not happy about the situation. There's nothing we can do. Everything in transport industry has gone up. And like we are looking for even 25%, but we have considered it enough of it. We also everything. That's why we are coming up with the 15%. We are not importers of the fuel. The authorities, they have power to increase anytime they want it. And we can see that once the dollar prices are going up, the fuel also will keep on going up. We don't have any choice. Once they are keep on increasing, we also keep on increase our fares to enable us to do the job. Otherwise, we can't survive.
So that's the GPR to you there. Also, a happy 60th birthday to Mother Priscilla Prudence Alai. This is from your husband, the Venerable Major Ebenezer Ni Adelai, retired, and also your son, Captain Edmond Lai, and all your children, Maud, Selena, and Lady, and my good self. Wish you a happy birthday. Also, a belated one to Mr. Kwabena Minta Akando. He's the Member of Parliament for the Dwabuso area. Yesterday was your birthday. If it's your birthday as well, happy birthday. Mr. Michael Planch Abala, yesterday was your birthday as well. Happy birthday. We've been joined in studio by Roxin Nelson Eche Tapiamapo. He is the Member of Parliament for the South Dai constituency in the Volta region, and he is here on the ticket of the NDC. Welcome, Council. How are you doing?
Thank you, my brother. Very well. Good morning to Kamaldeen. And a very special good morning to my people in South Dai.
Okay.
I
see. I like the way he puts it together. How are you doing?
His constituency chairman, MPP constituency chairman, is my very good friend. Desmond.
Desmond is your good friend.
Yeah, Desmond is my good friend.
I sending a signal to them.
My constituency chairman.
Yeah, he's for MPP.
MPP.
Desmond, yeah. Saudai.
Yeah,
Desmond. The young man, yeah.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Come on, how's the campaign going? Campaign.
Well, I'm here to speak for government and for MPP, as it were. But as a spokesperson, I would have to say that, look, obviously, you know my bias. My bias will be that, yes, he stands tall,
right?
Obviously. But then, of course, it's an intra-party election that we are about to organize. I'm not going to see at the tail end of it who is a victor and who is going to be a vanquish. I mean, basically, that's not what I want to see. I want to see a party that will be brought together, strongly harness our votes, and of course fight for the ultimate, which is breaking the 8 in 2024.
Right.
Yes, I speak for Chairman Stephen Timber on public platforms like this. I would prefer to say that, look, let us espouse and push for unity in the party.
Right.
Whoever emerges as the winner at the tail end of it is going to be the person who would have to work hard, seriously, to get the party put together, get the message of government out there, and get Ghanaians to, if you like, support this party to break the 8, as it were. But nonetheless, we're doing well. That's what I mean. We're doing well. And I said, you know my bias already. Right, obviously, he stands tall. Right. But I'm still appealing to each and everyone, be it the secretaryship position, be it the organization position, be it the women organization, whatever position, whoever emerges as a winner, you have a call to make to every single person of this party. To come together and get this party working well. But I can assure you that Stephen and Tim is going to be the national chairman.
You're sure about that? This will be his 4th attempt?
I can assure you. This will be his 5th attempt.
5th attempt.
Yeah, 20 years of his adult life he's been into it, and he's been working hard. He's stayed fit. He's maintained fit with the party. And of course, he's shown that indeed patience pays and resilience pays. Nonetheless, we're going out there. He says a simple message. Give me a flag bearer, I'll give you a president in 2024. Simple message.
I see.
Yeah?
Roxanne. Give me a flag bearer, I'll give you a president.
Well,
Breaking the age.
We are.
well, I wish it were that simple.
No, well,
I wish it were
we have
that
the magic,
simple.
so work it out.
It's not about a flag bearer, but what kind of a flag bearer?
Okay.
I think that's where their focus should be. In any case, I want to wish them well for their national elections. They did the polling station ones. We saw a lot of violence. They did the constituency ones. We saw a lot more violence. The regional ones were even more chaotic. We want to urge them that at the national level, when I suspect they may congregate at one place to do it. Yet, when they go to
The communique is out already. We're going to congregate at the Accra Sports Stadium.
no, I haven't seen
No,
it.
you suspect. I mean, don't speculate.
No,
It's out. It's out. I'm just helping you not to speculate.
I haven't seen it. So once you say
okay.
you are going to, if
So I'm
you are
helping you, don't
confirming
speculate.
that
We shall
the
be
statement-
holding that at the Accra
Okay,
Sports
so
Stadium.
that's fine.
Okay.
We
Thank
don't
you
want
for the
them to
information.
go to Accra Sports Stadium and continue with what we saw at the polling station constituency and the regional elections. It should be peaceful. That's all we want. Because the violence in our public elections is becoming too much, especially from their time. We have moved away from that. We have moved away from that a long time
You
ago.
have?
We have.
Really?
We have. Very peaceful. We do
Is
things.
we're here to see your internal
Boot for
election.
No,
boot.
yes, we have.
Fresh in our minds.
The general elections that the internal elections that we had the last time was very peaceful. And so we want them to emulate the way we adopt peace in our internal matters and carry that onto the national elections. All the violence we've been seeing these days in the general elections come from Kamaludi and his. So,
I hear you.
so
Roxanne.
that aside, we always treat them well. They are very important stakeholder in our public governance structure. So when they are fit, we are fit. So to that extent,
Wish them well.
yeah, wish them
Well,
well.
come out, a bit of a correction. Somebody says, tell Kamal
And
team
it's-
that the
it's-
chairman you're talking about is rather in North Dai. The South Dai chairman is
it's
Aaron
Kofi.
Okay,
Lulu
okay.
Kofi.
Yes,
Well,
that's why.
Kofi.
The North Dine is rather the small.
Yes.
That's
Danny.
fine.
So
Because
Danny,
Kofi Nuku is.
That's fine.
thank you,
my
Danny,
chairman.
for the
No, that's fine.
Let's quickly talk about fuel prices and the fact that they're going up again. Transport fares will go up again. Are we not pressing the people too hard? For example, if you look at the price build-up, about 40% is taxes that we have imposed. Yes, there's the global market index, there's also the exchange rate, but there are the taxes that we have imposed and slapped on fuel. And you go to bed with one price, you wake up the next morning, it's a different thing. Truck drivers and mates are fighting passengers. Everything is expensive now. What can we do for the people?
Johnny, let me empathize with the people and empathize with every single Ghanaian, including my good self, for the situation we find ourselves in. Yes, whoever says that times are not hard is actually not being realistic to all of us. I mean, but the question you ask
I can
yourself,
quote you.
Yeah, you have to quote me. You see, governance is about being real to the people.
Right.
Governance is about being truthful to the people. And governance is about also making the people understand that we are not a nation that lives in isolation. That's governance. That is why when you take Article 40 of our Constitution, it talks about international relations. The mother law of this country, he's a lawyer, he knows that, talks about international relations, tells you that you are not standing alone. More so when you have an economy, which economy is dependent on imports. An import-based economy. It means that you can't be alone, Johnny. However, in your quest to ensuring that you all have some, if you like, seeming good environment to live in, good living standard and all that, you would also have to, if you like, discipline yourselves. This comes to government. I mean, this goes to government and goes to we, the citizens, as well. Our love for foreign products, especially we sat in this platform, I mean, on this studio, spoke about how we should be consuming our made in Ghana foods.
That's right.
Where has it gotten us to? We talk about it 1, 2, 3, and that ends it. I was reading a piece from Russia just some few days ago, and Putin was actually urging people to look into their country and forget about looking outside. i.e., trying to talk about investment. How well are we investing within? How well are we enjoying what we have? Look, take Israel, for example. Israel and Israelis will never buy, and of course, with all respect to them, I'm just trying to make an example here, will never buy what belongs to someone when his colleague, an Israelite, has the same to sell. He will invest within, because that is what will strengthen your economy. But in fact, Johnny, in as much as we empathize with ourselves, with where we find ourselves, we should also be truthful to ourselves that it is not government that will do everything for you.
Well, so
it is how you discipline yourself. You see, when I was coming in,
I know, for example, sorry, but I know, for example,
Yeah.
I sat in that press briefing
Yes.
at the presidency.
Good.
President was not far from me, like this camera tripod.
I know.
This was on the 20th of December 2019.
Okay.
The president gave a directive after we had reported on Rice Glut
Yeah.
that going forward, all state institutions, assemblies, department, ministries, whatever it is, must engage local rice farmers
Absolutely.
for refreshment if they ever have a reason to use rice for refreshment.
Okay.
What has happened to that directive? Because there was a policy announcement,
Yes.
but there's no document to back
Beyond-
it. So people are buying what they want
Very
to
well.
buy.
You see, my brother, beyond the pronouncements, the president who you have chosen, who I have chosen, who Dr. Afemeko has chosen.
I didn't.
You did. Whether you like it or not, he's your president.
I
You see,
didn't.
after election, we have one president. We don't have two presidents. So
Then
you
you
all
didn't
choose.
choose him, but
I
he's
am
our
saying,
president.
well, let him keep that. But I'm saying the president that we chose for ourselves
Right.
has actually shown the way, given us a direction, says X, Y, Z be done. Johnny, you and I know that the president will not walk to every dining table in this country
That's right.
to see what is on that table.
That's right.
It is your discipline. It is how you indeed show love for your nation. You, myself, and the one watching me. But you see, we throw this to the docs, and then we say the president has said it, therefore it must work.
But where's the policy
No.
document to back
You
it?
see, even if there's a how many laws don't you have in this country? I sat here and I mentioned Article 40 of the Constitution of Ghana, talking about international relations. We have all the laws. Look, talk about all the organic laws. When you go into organic laws of this country, that's written laws.
Right.
And you'll be amazed at the kind of laws we have in this country. Yet, we sometimes push those things aside and do whatever we want to do. And I'm saying that to ameliorate this economy, to make this economy better, it's not just only the government of the day. It also has to do with you. I say that we should bite the bullet like Nigeria did. Nigeria now will go for local rice no matter what. There's no way you can import foreign rice into Nigeria. But some make the argument that, we don't have enough to feed Ghana. If we don't import, to supplement, it's going to be difficult for us on all that. I said, look, that is not true, in my view. We start at a point. And when we know that we need more, then we will be pushing the farmers to go in out there and grow. You see, Johnny, when I was coming in, you were showing a video about some potholes.
That's right.
And about some
Light,
floods and all that. This all boils down to, what we're talking about, the transport fares and all that. Government needs money for infrastructure. Government needs to construct the drains. We all say, government, go and construct those drains. Go and construct those roads. Go and do this. Look, whether the government of yesterday being NDC, the government of today being MPP, whether we like it or not, we'll have to go into the consolidated fund, get money to do some of these things that you want. The same government is told, go and absorb, take these taxes out. Let us be able to get some, fuel prices down. The same government is told that no, don't even charge e-levy, don't charge taxes. The same government, meanwhile, the same government you are telling to come and construct. You see, I want us to be real. I want us to be truthful. Whether it's NDC or MPP, I have always mentioned this. Look, NDC, when they were in power, I sat here and I chastised them for so many things that they do. MPP, when we are in power, the firm when he comes in, will chastise us for what that we do. But I'm saying largely, it lies with you and my good self, not just only government. To show that, frugality in us, that love for this country, that discipline that we need to be able to move as a country. We are lacking that. But yet we have allowed it, and then we all sit down and come and do, it's government. When the firm comes in, when the tables turn,
but you promised that you were going
today.
to move away from taxation to production.
Yeah, we
didn't
did
you?
promise. We did promise.
So how have you gone
You
in
see,
that drive?
we-
Because what you are explaining
Yes.
to me now
Yes.
is your diagnosis of the problem,
Yeah.
and you gave us that solution that this is what we have seen. our economy is import driven. We
Yeah.
want to move away from that.
Yeah.
From taxation to production. And we want to make the life
I will.
of
I
people
will give
better.
you. I will give you. I will give you.
So
I will give
what has
you.
been the impact, for
I will
example,
give
since
you
said that?
enough reason to prove that we have actually stayed and walked our talk. Why? Today, you can count how many factories that through the 1D, 1F policy of this government to ensure that production is key in this country, okay? It's something that we can talk about.
But you have
I'm
43
saying that
items
we can count
that you wanted to
several
take
factors
benchmark values
that
off.
has come as a result of the 1D, 1F policy.
No debate.
And when you talk about production, yes, that is channeled towards production.
No debate.
That's
Come
one.
out, my brother. You
Two.
have 43 items
Yes.
on a list that you say you are going to scrap the benchmark values on. The factories you're mentioning, how many of those things do those factories produce?
You see, I am saying that if hitherto you even had not much in terms of manufacturing, in terms of production, in terms of ensuring that local economy, is given a boost. You didn't have much. And today, a government takes, a step, in fact, a giant step, to ensure that you have such factories, to ensure that when it comes to agricultural development also we have at least booming agriculture. Except when the COVID set in. You knew that we have a record. You sat here and spoke about rice being a glut. You mentioned it. You said that there was so much, to talk about in terms of rice, and the president even ordered that everybody should buy local rice and all that. It tells you at the point the government of the day achieved it. But I'm saying, for the situations that we have found ourselves, which has to do with COVID and some other related, shocks that came in, that is what actually pushed us to where we are today. But for someone to say that the government of the day has not been able to ensure that production is indeed high, then of course I will say that the person is not
have
even
not
being
answered
truthful
my
to
question.
himself.
My specific question was that you have 43 items on a certain list for benchmark values which you intended to scrap, which you did a U-turn on. There's sugar there, there's rice there, so many of those things. I'm saying the factories that you say have been set up and are up and running, how many of those items, which we know is a cause of all our hardship, do you produce?
Yes, not necessarily the production of only the sugar and whatever you're talking about.
Your production should be targeted.
I am saying that yes, it's a going concern. You may not have the opportunity of saying that you've achieved it all. You may not have the chance of saying that, look, I've achieved it all. But at least there's a certain trajectory that you have set for yourself, which is pointing at ensuring that at least local manufacturing, local production is given a boost. That's the point I'm making. We are an agro-based economy, and I've told you that with agriculture, the attention of this government has been enormous, has been huge. We know about this Planting for Food and Jobs program. We know about the results that came out as a result of it. Just not too long ago, I saw the Agri Ministry in Nigeria coming in, sending some people to come and understudy how Ghana is working on or doing it on the cocoa.
Food.
Yes, but we are. That's what I'm saying that the discipline comes into. It is your lust, it is your love, it is your appetite for that foreign material that also pushes your economy down.
We're importing tomato, we're importing onions, we're importing everything.
I am saying,
cassava,
look,
fish.
The businessman just rise up to say that I have banned the importation of rice today. And you listen to the number of businessmen who will come out to say that no, you are killing our businesses. When in fact, it is something that we need to do. Say that, look, I would not import tomatoes and whatever. I am going to ensure that we have domestic production, which is high. And you will listen to the businessmen who will say, no, you are killing our businesses. I'm saying we cannot just come out with force. However, we must actually go the way Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo's government is going, ensuring that every bit is given a concern, and of course trying to grow it. We may not just have gotten there, but of course we are on the course.
So bottom line is that you can't take off the taxes because people are asking you to build and to construct.
It's not me. Why? I listened to His Excellency John Dramani Mahama when he was president. He said it. He said, look, government hinges on taxes to develop. You cannot say that we wouldn't tax. He said it.
Even when
yes,
the
of
people are
course.
suffering.
Look, I am saying the government hinges on tax, especially when we have to ask government to do everything for us today. You are asking government for NAPCO to be paid. You are asking government for health insurance to be reduced. The premium should be reduced. You are asking government for road construction. You are asking government for huge, monumental, if you like, railways and all that. All these things we talk about. But yet you are saying that, look, government, don't come and take money from me. Where is government going to get that money?
Okay.
Where?
Accra, Tuesday, 4th
Surprise.
May 2021. This is for you. National Petroleum Authority reduces fuel margins. At a meeting held at the Ministry of Energy earlier today between the Honorable Minister for Energy and the National Petroleum Authority, the Association of Oil Marketing Companies, Bulk Oil Storage and Transportation Company Limited, the Chamber of Petroleum Consumers, the Institute for Energy Policies and Research, it has agreed as follows. The 17 pesos per litre increase in fuel margins previously announced by the MPA has been reduced to 9 pesos per litre, effective tomorrow, Wednesday, 5th May 2021. Signatories, Honorable Minister for Energy, National Petroleum Authority, BOST, AOMC, SCOPEC, InstaPR. This was done. Makamal is telling us now that because our demands on government is high, we cannot.
I didn't say entirely we
They
can
said
take
this
it
was
out, but at
5th
least
May.
Yes, not this May, last year.
Yes.
I'm just throwing you back that
Okay.
it's been done before.
Yes.
Why can't we do it now that the people are complaining that everything is becoming tough?
And check the price of 1 liter at the time.
Yeah, it was around 6 CDs or so.
Thank you. Now diesel is 13.47,
At kerosene.
nearly 14 cedis. The price at which a gallon of diesel was selling under John Mahama when he left office. That is the reality. Now, I sat here and listened to Kamaruddin write myself on his government. Very terribly.
Oh, why?
Yes. Kamaruddin is telling us that today, because of international relations, we shouldn't blame the poor state of the economy on the managers. And that it's a global matter. Really. I thought you would have said the same about John Mahama at the time. But you didn't. You said he was incompetent.
There was no Russia-Ukraine war, no
Who told you?
COVID-19.
Didn't we have crisis? Didn't we have global crisis? People forget about Ebola. Ebola was such a terrible health pandemic. People didn't even want to come to Ghana because we had the issues about Ebola. People forgot about that. Now everything's about COVID. Suddenly it's about Ukraine-Russian war. What has Ukraine-Russia war got to do with Ghana? Let's do that debate.
A great minister says fertilizer, wheat.
Fertilizer, let me tell you.
Tell me.
We don't only ask Russia or Ukraine to supply us fertilizer. In fact, we get about 49,000 tons from Ukraine, from Russia every year. Norway supplies about 47,000 tons. So if we are having issues with supply from Russia, we could simply have diverted to Norway. So that argument for me doesn't cut it. We are simply running a lot of things aground. Look, between 2017 and now, we've borrowed in excess of 250 billion. All right? The tax revenue that has come to us is also in excess of 250 billion. I want to suggest that the tax revenue was applied on consumables and wages of workers.
It's about 70%.
But the
80%.
borrowing, we borrow for specific projects.
Right.
As I sit here, in 2018, we borrowed to construct Boom to Dawenya 3-lane road. The president commissioned that road. It was a British loan. We are in June 2022. That road has not been started. The moratorium on that facility is run out. We've started paying the loan. We haven't constructed the road. We have borrowed 259 million euros to do
NDC.
no, it's not about NDC. To do Ashama to the Adomi Bridge modal road to improve what J.J. Rawlings did in 98, to make it a dual carriage, multiple lane up to Afienya, and then dual lane up to Pong, and then Pong to the bridge, dual carriage, single carriage. 69 kilometers. The president commissioned it in October 2020, a few months to the elections. We are in June 2022. No work is being done on that road. The moratorium, hold on.
Right.
The moratorium on that loan has run out.
But the roads minister is always in
No,
parliament
let
with
me.
you.
No, so he
Agyobe has answered more questions than any minister.
and I
can
like
imagine.
him for
Right.
that. It's one minister I've come to appreciate in this government. Things are very tough, but he has a way of answering questions that assuages.
He tells you we will work together.
Yes. If the man says, if we have money, we'll come and work on your road, we can't fight him. It's not there for me. When he's on the floor, you people may have other views about him, but when he's on the floor, he's very humble in answering questions. He may have said certain incendiary things outside,
Right.
but in parliament, he has a way of carrying the house along.
That I can attest.
And he has
to.
a
I've
certain
seen that in
relationship
parliament.
with the house. So, is one minister I think has done very well for the president.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the agitation for road construction against this government would have been much more.
But what you're saying now, that monies have been collected.
Let me.
Projects have been
I have
launched
other things
so
to
that they
cite.
can.
Yes.
And the project has not been done, and we are paying the loans.
Yes. There are moratoriums.
Okay.
Like 2-3 years.
Right.
They've run out.
So the breathing space
It's
is
gone.
So now you are paying.
Yes, so you begin to service. No wonder the finance minister has no breathing space. Because loans have been procured for certain projects to have been applied to certain projects. Sources have been cut for the projects to have been started. 2-3 years, we haven't started them. So the breather that you have for the 2-3 years to be able to apply the loan to the facility, for the facility to begin to yield, is gone. So when you borrow now, you apply to service those debts. That is the quicksand they've run the economy into. And I can cite as many as 10 of such projects, including health facilities. Go and check Efia Nkwanta Hospital. We took a facility to construct that hospital. We went to commission the project to start. Go and check what's happening. I'm not concocting it. Call somebody from secondary to check. Meanwhile, the moratorium on the facility is running.
But what kind of oversight is Parliament providing?
You ask the question, they come and tell you. Sometimes they can't tell you stories. Let me go to Agenda 111. We were promised that they would deliver Agenda 111 in 18 months. This was in April 2020. We are in June 2022, 24 months. When you ask the question, they tell you they are having land acquisition problems. Didn't we take loan to build Agenda 111 facilities? Didn't we? So if in 2 years you can't even deliver land, you can't even deliver land to start the project, isn't the moratorium on the facility running? So this is how they've run the government aground. Look,
but how
I
does that
still
have-
pay. I still pay for the collection of my rubbish at home.
Right.
But the government slapped out with a sanitation levy and said that sanitation issues will be properly handled.
But it's a process. It's not a day
Which
job.
process? You are collecting the tax. You are not affecting the policy under which you collected the tax. So what's happening? So my colleague has filed a question that the Minister for Water Resources and Sanitation should come and account for how much a ministry has been given under that tax so far,
Now,
and how she has applied it. Such a very good question.
Will it be answered?
COVID recovery levy. COVID recovery levy. We haven't built a single hospital out of that levy. Not a single hospital. has
We're
been
buying
delivered.
PPEs. We're
We are just about to take 75 million euros. If you check what they want to apply the loan to, for purchases, consumables.
But it's become necessary, hasn't it?
What has become necessary?
Dr. Patrick Kokomo-Boaji, for example, says that, look, looking at the COVID cases that are coming back at
Which
0
COVID
to
cases?
15
Which
year.
COVID
Oh,
cases?
but that,
You see, I
he's the
suspect
professional.
that because of this loan, they must heighten the issue that we have COVID so that they can have reason to apply
really?
this. I'm telling you.
Oh,
Which COVID cases?
So
no,
we are
come
creating
on.
a hoax.
I think so. So,
Johnny.
So, no. I have made my point. I am saying that,
he's a member of parliament.
yes, I'm a member of parliament, and I've made the point. Why? No, as a minority, we are worried that you want to take 75 million
That you
euros.
haven't done any check. You sit here and say that the
come out,
COVID cases that they announced is a hoax.
when you were talking,
Oh, really?
I was quiet.
Okay.
We have asked you in
No,
parliament.
yeah.
It's not as if I'm sitting on TV and saying
That
it.
what?
That you want to take 75 million euros in these circumstances and apply it only on consumables. Why won't you build a hospital out of it? Why? Why do you want to think that 75 million euros is money you can put in your back pocket and just buy PPEs and those things with it? We want hard infrastructure where when we have cases, people can go and get admitted.
Okay. Let's admit the break. We'll return. I'm sure we can take a look at another.
I am not saying COVID
well,
is a hoax. I'm saying that you want to heighten the
We'll see you after the
situation
break.
so you can.
Welcome back and thank you very much indeed. My guest in studio, Kamal Dean Abdullahi. He is a spokesperson for the Stephen and Team campaign to be NPP chairman. He is also the Deputy National Communications Director of the NPP and a former National Nasara Coordinator of the NPP. Roxanne Nelson Echetafiamako is a private legal practitioner, as a member of parliament for the people of South Bank. Gentlemen, welcome back and thank you very much indeed. You were airborne.
Yes.
Land for me in a minute and then
Let me plateau a bit before I land.
you have to land.
He will continue plateauing with propaganda.
let me stay on the jet stream. Look, my brother, when we talk about the state of the economy, you know, between January and now, you needed in January, you needed about 6,000 Ghana to get $1,000. Now you need 8,000. You understand, Kamaldeen?
Yeah.
So the value of money alone, it's the loss of value of money alone is so much. I spoke to some contractors who are working in my area, on the Eastern Corridor and some other areas. Right now, the difficulty is diesel. Diesel alone has spiraled their cost calculation on monthly basis out of control. Cost of diesel alone. Because cost of diesel has appreciated about 40% between January and now. In January, we were buying diesel at 8 point something per liter. Now it's 13.47, depending on where you are buying it. But it's crossed the 13 city mark. So if they did their calculation for the year, you see that between January and now, for every liter, they must look for additional 5 cedis. And so when you said that, then it didn't sink in immediately. Then they did the calculation. Then I realized that, oh, diesel alone. So when they ran out, and it's also
I'm even worried about kerosene. I'm worried about kerosene because you see, in the rural areas, majority of the people who we say are below the line,
I agree,
use kerosene.
I agree. I'll get there.
Kerosene is more expensive than petrol.
Yes.
And people have to use kerosene. I don't know what we can do to help the people.
And let me say this.
I sincerely hope we're able to do something
And it
small.
is the MPs who again suffer this, because a lot of the times we are called upon to assist our people to buy some of these things. I tell you no lie. Pre-mixed fuel. When our fishermen come by, they call upon you to assist them to go fishing for the day. And you must assist them to buy a couple of Kufor gallons to be able to go and come back. You know, so the depreciation and the appreciation in the fuel pricing alone at both ends, it's increasing to cost unanticipated.
But mustn't we see eye to eye with government and say that, look, we are all in a fix, so we will get out of the woods.
Government is not. Government should stop telling us that they are in a fix.
Oh, how?
No, hold on,
Johnny.
Hold on.
I'll give you
the tax component on the prices are something government can do a lot about.
And get money from where to do what? You're complaining
Why?
about borrowing.
Who says government is not making money? Government is making so much money. What government is doing is that government is applying the funds into consumables. I just told you that we've gone to borrow 75 million euros to consume. That is unacceptable. So when you borrow and you consume, eventually the economy will suffer. So apply the borrowed funds to projects that will yield. That's the point I'm making.
Okay.
Look, inflation. Inflation in January, inflation was about 9 point something. And it was touted as part of the New Year message. Today, inflation is 28%.
27.3.
Oh, 27.3.
So it's
Is it
not
not
20.
28?
It's not
I can
20.
even say approximately 30%. Because when you are in 27, you are approaching 30. No, but
27.3 is 27.3.
but 27, you are approaching 30. I know approaching 30.
Johnny.
In mathematics class, when you score 27, you can approximate
Johnny,
it to 30.
In
Is that not the case?
I hear you.
Come on, it's not your time. Let me. I haven't landed.
Oh, really?
Oh, no, you have to be
still
landed.
Yeah.
now.
So Johnny.
He has finished
So-
plateauing.
So Johnny, the economy in respect of inflation alone has a multiplier effect on every single thing.
But that's an admission government has made. That look, we are
So
doing
that is why this
times
government
are
has failed.
hard.
That is why I wish that we run the American system. We'll have a midterm elections and kick them out. But we don't have that.
Okay.
They have failed on every front, every single front. Education. They haven't delivered textbooks after 3 years of introducing a new curriculum. Free. But you just read a front page newspaper headline that says that the vice president says education sits at the core of our policies. When you check, according to EduWatch, that's a Africa Education Watch.
Kofi Asare.
Yes. He says that
Johnny.
of the 20 countries in Africa that spend a certain percentage, more than 3% of their GDP on education, we are not amongst them.
I hear you. Come on.
Johnny. One or
It
two
just says
issues.
stop telling you about hardship and all of that.
I am saying.
No, you should start talking about Ukraine and Russia
Wait a
and come
minute.
back home.
Okay. Then he has used America as an example.
Right.
To suit him.
No, I said,
Wait, please.
why? I didn't
Please.
use
No,
I said
please.
I wish we
You
had
are saying.
Allow
Oh,
him.
please. You have cited America and said you wish Ghana had the same election,
Election
trend
cycle.
or cycle. Interesting. When it suits them, it's easy. Today, he's talking about this government being kicked out because inflation has gone high.
No. On the plethora for all the issues.
And I'm saying that the same America he's talking about, okay, go and check where their inflationary rate is today. For 40 years, they never got this. 40 good years. So you see, when I mentioned earlier on that this is not akin, or this is not just only, applied to Ghana. No, it is not just Ghana. It's about the world. It's about the world. It's about where we find ourselves today. And they say we shouldn't mention COVID. We shouldn't mention all the factors that, of course,
you came
wait a
to
minute.
tell, hold on. You came to tell us that you were the fastest growing economy in the world. So when you are the slowest growing economy in the world, accept it.
You see, I'm saying that. I'm happy. I started off by saying that. Look, let us empathize with the people, including my good self. We're all living it.
Empathy alone
But I'm
will not
saying,
solve the woes of
and
the
again,
people.
of course, look, tell me that if the firm of people can look into this TV, tell Ghanaians that if NDC is in power today, just as he wish were kicked out today and then they come in, fuel will drop to say 3 cities.
Of course, it will drop. Not
That's
3
not true.
cities.
That is not
It
true.
will drop.
We have seen it before.
No, it will drop.
They went on blackboards calculating to tell us how
it
much
will
fuel
drop.
will cost. They used Ato Ahoy to do that.
It will drop.
What happened? What happened when they were voted for?
It will
They
drop.
came in to give us reasons why the fuel must go up. The same people. So you see, I'm saying that
will drop.
at a point, let us be real to the
But the president promised us so.
I am saying.
In fact, the president I have a video. He talked about price of kenke, he talked about fuel. He said he's coming
we
to
have
reduce
all.
the price of everything.
I'm saying we have all done it. Go into the history of our campaigning situations or campaign in this country. So we have all done.
So we deceive the people.
But I'm saying, please.
I said responsibility.
Don't do this. I am saying that we have all done.
So the political class will deceive the people.
On political platforms, we sit up that he's doing today. We will do X, Y, Z. We will build you mansions. We'll do whatever. At the end of the day, when you are faced with reality, you would have to tell the people what it is on the ground. And I'm telling you that, look, when we talk about taxes, eliminating tax is good. Tax cuts are very good. However, if you look at your situation, and then you would need to fund certain things that, of course, will come out of the tax that you have, tax that you've gotten, then you have no help
there's a question come out, for example, about the price stabilization levy. Price stabilization levy.
Yeah.
Now, we agreed as a country that when fuel prices are low on the global market, we will collect more and store. And then when prices go up on the global market, we'll use whatever we have collected as taxes to cushion the people, right? That's what we agreed.
We did.
And then we have also become a net exporter of oil, which means that if there's a global price hike, we make a windfall. So on a net basis, we benefit.
Use it to balance.
Where's the price stabilization levy? And where's the net benefit that we're supposed to be getting? Because we have no cushioning.
Johnny,
really.
when you raise issues of fuel and prices of fuel, see, when I took the MPA price build up and I looked at it, yes, you just read something about margins being looked at somewhere
last year,
proposed to be looked at, as it were. I look at those margins and I ask myself, where are those margins being applied to? For example, if you take Bust, we all know that you're supposed to store strategic reserve for us. We all know that you're supposed to ensure that some distribution of fuel is done to the fuel stations and all that.
That's a creation, by the way.
Yeah, that comes. No, we don't know. That comes at a cost, as it were. But I'm saying that all these relevant areas that we have margins that are supposed to be applied, then someone sat down to say that these are taxes. Let's scrap them off. Operationalization of those areas will actually come to naught. You can do anything. See, these are components of the price build-up that, of course, are equally relevant to running your own economy.
But my question is about...
But the question is...
The money that we have collected,
I'm saying,
we say we will use it to cushion when we are in difficult times.
With all respect.
Where is that money?
I am addressing the matter, and I have to build it up. And I'm saying that, look, when you take the price build-up, for instance, of fuel, obviously, every single component or every single aspect of it is relevant to the economy that we know. Now, if we agree on that tangent, then we then come to look at it holistically. How does fuel come into this country? Per the deregulation that we have had for ourselves. Is it government who buys the fuel, the white product that brings it to the country, or is a private man who buys the white product and brings it to the country? It is a private.
But you take taxes from them.
I am saying
they will transfer the taxes.
Please, I'm saying it's a private.
Right.
So, of course, here again, it is not as if government goes to buy, come, and maybe government has a way of saying that, look, because it's our product, because the money our country got from taxes that we got the fuel in, then we can, of course, maybe waive this out, waive that out, or whatever. No, that is not the case. Johnny has the money, Johnny has a BDC, Johnny goes to buy the product, comes to sell it at the cost.
But
government can make some small monies out of it with some margins or some taxes on it.
But you take taxes from the people, so they will slap it on it. It's cost price, selling price, your profit.
You see, the major issue we need to know and come to terms with is that, first of all, per the deregulation, government do not buy fuel to come and sell. That's one.
There's no debate about that.
Secondly, the only way government can make little money to help cushion other areas that we've sat here to enumerate many of them. I wouldn't want to rehash it. You see, it's also to ensure that every aspect where the government can tax a little to be able to make some money, government would have to.
But you take corporate tax, for example, from them.
I am not.
EPA will go and take from them. NPA will go and take from them.
Johnny,
GRA will go and take from them.
Johnny, he's a member of parliament.
So now they will pad it and give it to the consumer.
He'll tell you this, Johnny. All these monies that we take, you have salaries to take care of.
Right.
As a country. Wait a minute. You have salaries to take care of in this country. You have infrastructure to take care of. I've mentioned this over and over again.
Right.
Now ask yourself, the amount of money, the target that GRA gives to themselves, first of all, do not even meet their target. That's one. Secondly, after getting that money, how much goes into, salaries? how much goes into indeed ensuring the compensation is met. Then afterwards, how much is left for us to use as developmental fund? So I'm saying the government is in a tight corner, just as the world is also in a tight corner.
Who caused it?
Well, there are a lot of factors that cause it. It's not just government. There are competent hands on this particular economy.
Would you say government has failed?
Hands on the economy. Come again?
Would you say government has failed?
No, I will not. That's what I'm saying. There are factors, which of course, when you even sit here to say it, somebody will tell you, no, I don't believe in it. But these are factors. That's why I said global shocks are there. The problems that we are facing globally is Ghana is not an island. We are not isolated. We are part of it.
But Kamal, you haven't answered my question as to where the monies were collected for price stabilization levy, which is supposed to cushion Ghanaians in these times. You have not answered that question where that money is.
We apply monies. We apply monies which are equally to other areas which are equally relevant to the running of this economy.
No, when you collect my money, when you collect my money for fuel reasons, when fuel prices go up, you cushion me for.
I am saying that we apply monies to equally important areas to ensure that this economy runs well. So you see, you can be in opposition, you can say whatever you want to say, but the reality is that indeed, if you are confronted with it, there's nothing you can do about it. You would have to work out to ensure that everybody is happy.
Alaji, you collect my money and tell me that when the price of this bottle of water is cheaper on the global market, you will collect some more money and save, so that when the price goes up on the global market, you will use what you have collected to subsidize it for me to be able to buy. Now global prices are going up. You have collected my money in the past.
Have you?
And I'm asking you where that money is.
You've asked the question. I'm not saying that the stabilization fund that we're talking about doesn't exist. It does. But have you worked the numbers? He just sat here and said that, look, from January to this time, we've had increment close to 40 to 50%.
Right.
Work the numbers. How much do we have in the stabilization fund? Have you done that? It's not just about coming to sit down and simplify it. We have stabilization fund. How much have you got it? How much do you have in that particular fund?
Over 2 billion.
You see the point? So I have not worked the numbers.
Right.
Maybe you have worked the numbers.
Could you
but if I have not worked the,
excuse
me, I have not worked the numbers. I'm saying that if I have not worked the numbers, you can't sit here and then hazard a guess to say that, look, the stabilization fund is enough to say that, look, it will cushion the entire pricing of fuel. No. But that's why I'm saying that, look, government is working at it. But we are also confronted with what we have actually given to ourselves, which the deregulation.
You know that, for example, whenever prices go up, you have Goyle beat it down a bit.
Yeah.
Now Goyle is not doing that.
Tried it because Goyle tried it because Goyle tried it and couldn't sustain it.
Right.
That's why I gave you an example.
A government directive to Goyle to.
It's not. No, you can
mitigate the pains of the people.
Goyle is a company that belongs to Ghana government. Of course, I have other shareholders as it were. But the point I want to make is that Goyle tried it. I mean, why couldn't they have sustained it? They couldn't sustain it because, of course, like I said, looking at the price build-up, every component is important. And at the end of the day, Goyle themselves will have to make profit to government because you wouldn't see government seeing Goyle running at a loss. So, yes, once they couldn't sustain it because somebody has to buy fuel, come and sell to them. They would also have to buy it, sell it at a price, and be able to make profit. And then, of course, be able to help even the same institution to run. So, you see, this fuel business and this fuel politics that we are talking about, I'm saying that Femako and his team cannot come to sit here. They have done it before to tell me that, look, if the NDC is voted for today,
but they are not in power. That's the point.
It's not about being in power. It's about being real.
But you are in power.
It's about being real. Even if you're in a position and you know the reality, he sits here and tells you that he has cited some documents in parliament and blah, 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 blah. This amount of money has been taken and it has not. I have not seen it, so I wouldn't like to even speak to that matter. Right. I would like to counter it when, of course, I am able to get this information that he sits here to say.
So now the people should hope
that it's the case and it's not the case.
The people should hope and pray.
Oh, no, not hope and pray per se. We are working at it. I'm saying that, look, this economy, if it wasn't for the competent hands it's found itself, the situations that we find ourselves in this country would have been worse.
I see.
I am telling you.
So this is the result of competence.
This economy, if it wasn't the competence hands that it found itself in, this economy would have actually suffered more than we are seeing.
I hear you.
Strongly. But why? You saw what happened in 2016. You saw what happened in 2016. What didn't happen in 2016?
You are in competent hands.
Of course.
Yes, of course. In the reverse.
Of course.
In the reverse, because when we were buying diesel at 14 cedis in 2016, And
Per-
it is
per gallon.
and it is
What-
14
what-
14
what were
cedis
the
per
reasons?
liter today.
What were the reasons?
It is in the
What were the
reverse.
reasons?
Which reasons?
What was the reason for buying fuel?
Our time is done. So
I'm telling you that in 2016 we're buying diesel at 14 cedis. Now you are selling a liter of diesel at 14 cedis. That's the difference in the reverse. Johnny, this government collects NHIS levy, and they won't give the money to NHIS to work.
that's 2.5
No,
on whatever you buy.
Yes. So far, they owe NHIS in excess of 4 billion from 2020 to now. 4 billion. The money collected, but they won't account for it. They won't release it to
I thought
NHIS.
Arnold Domprez said that monies had been released.
Which money?
Recently.
Which money?
He said it on the floor.
No, Arnold Domprez is talking about maybe releases to Parliament, but to NHIS, I'm not saying they came to Parliament with the formula to indicate how much government has actually collected between 2020 and now, and yet has not made releases to them. No English,
And what is holding
no
it?
sweet English on that.
And what is holding
They
it?
tell us that all the time government do collect some of these statutory funds and they fall into arrears. That's how government defended it. District Assembly's Common Fund. Government owes District Assembly's Common Fund Secretariat in excess of 2 billion.
And why?
They've collected the money because it's a tax.
Yeah.
They've collected it. It's been paid into consolidated fund. The finance minister won't release the money.
That's 5% of all our earnings,
Thank you.
right?
Don't release it.
But why? Why? When you ask the question, what answers do you get?
They tell you that this normally some of these funds it takes a bit of. Meanwhile, statutorily, the law says 30 days. The NHI law says 30 days after collection, pay it to the agency. So when you see and say they don't have money, you have collected our money, you are sitting on the money. We are asking you, what have you done with the money? Even the statutory funds.
Okay.
Johnny, COVID-19 recovery levy, they should tell us how much tax has accrued so far under that fund.
But this week the minister will
And
be
what?
won't he?
No, that is monies we have given you.
Right.
As for the tax, you came to ask Parliament that you want to impose this as a tax
Right.
to undertake COVID recovery measures. So I am asking you, the PPE, they want to apply the 75 million euros.
Right.
Couldn't you apply the COVID-19 recovery tax and buy?
So you saying the loan is unnecessary?
It's unnecessary. It's a chop loan.
Okay.
No, I'm not done.
We have to go.
Johnny,
I'm being
not-
counted
Johnny,
down.
see, you
Johnny,
give
it
me
is
15
unnecessary.
minutes and you give me-
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm being counted down. Michael, a minute for a change. I don't
Yes,
want.
yes.
I don't want 1
You've been unfair this
minute. I beg you.
But what
Yes.
else do you want to say?
I
again?
beg you.
Secondly,
What else do you want to say?
But you are in opposition. What are you explaining
no,
again?
secondly, Johnny, these people, when we're in government, we're building 200 new secondary schools. The E-blocks.
Right.
We started 123. We completed 49. Ask them how many of those new schools they built. And yet they talk about education.
Johnny.
But STEM
If
centers,
it is about
V blocks,
infrastructure,
V blocks.
Which
Johnny,
V-block?
Allow
if it's
him,
about
allow him.
infrastructure,
We have to go.
Because we
You
introduced
come nowhere
V-blocks,
near.
so they are talking about
Look,
V-blocks.
We have to
If it's
go.
about infrastructure,
And let me ask you,
you come
let me
nowhere
ask
near.
you.
I borrowed 1 minute for you.
We're building 30 hospitals.
That is-
hospitals like Afari Military Hospital. They've abandoned it.
Johnny,
and you say that you
go-
borrow money. The money is not being applied to the purpose for which it will generate more money. You run into problems. Don't complete a BTF. Don't complete Kumawu. And you say that you don't have money. When you borrow money to build hospitals that you have come to meet at various stages of completion and you abandon them, they won't yield revenue for you.
Okay, thank you. Roxy Nelson Echidafiamato is the member of parliament for the South Dine constituency in the Volta region, Peki Parliament.
And Peki Bali Kwevetong. And let me use this opportunity to say a special belated happy Father's Day to the Gankojo Day, the 12th.
Okay.
Yesterday I wished him, but I want to use the platform to wish them
belated
and all
one
the
to
paramount chiefs,
to
Togbe
all of them.
Akolompe,
Right.
Mama Tomelu and Togbe Atiklaja.
All
I
right.
wish all of them
I hear
Happy
you.
belated Father's Day.
Belated one to President and to former President Mahama as well, and to Vice President Baumia and all the fathers, and to you, gentlemen. On Business Today, 4:30 p.m. and 7 p.m., would you rather prefer to work from home to save fuel costs? We will explore that. We'll tell you what the experts are saying about it, and also we'll tell you about the performance of Credit Reference Bureau's agency in Ghana. Also, interest rates on 91-day Treasury bill approaching 25%. We tell you about the Treasury bill auction and whether or not it's hitting a snag or it's making progress. All of that coming up at 4:30 and 7 p.m. here on Media General Platform, particularly on TV3. Happy birthday to TT Cateno. It's your birthday today. Happy birthday also to Dr. Constance Bart Planch, former program manager, Ghana Health Service National Malaria Control Program. A happy birthday to you. This from Honorable Gakpe, and I worked closely with her as well. Happy birthday also to Kwabena Minta Kando, belated one to you. Is the Member of Parliament for the Juabosu constituency. And maybe Oliver, you put this picture up there. He is also a ranking member of the Health Committee of Parliament. This is from all the parliamentary press corps, from my good self as well. Kwabena Sputnik, that's what they call you these days. Happy birthday to you, MP Juabosu. Also, happy 60th birthday to Mother Priscilla Prudence Na Adua Lai. Today is your birthday. You are 60 years today. This is from the Venerable Major Ebenezer Ni Ade Lai and Captain Edmond Nicholas Lai. All your children, Selena, Maud, Lady, my good self, the entire family. We love you, Mother. And happy birthday also to Mrs. Charity Hope Engman. You are 84 years today. This is from your children, Bennett, Martin, Elizabeth. We wish you all the best. And you admire Johnny's Bite and TV3Newday and all of us here. We love you back. Emenyo Honuche, it's your birthday today. Janice, happy birthday to you. Aurelia Bake Doku. This is from your father, mother, Nene Koko, and the entire family. They wish you well. Also, a 50th birthday wish to Prophet Chris Mensah of Kingdom Impact Ministries Glory Center. Happy birthday if it's your birthday as well. And belated one to my good brother Michael Planch of the Coca-Cola company of Ghana. What's your birthday yesterday? Happy birthday. Yes, come on.
Are you aware that your coverage has been fixed?
Jukwa has been fixed. Yeah. We'll bring the details at 12. We'll bring the details at 12.